fire alarm system using ESP Room 32 module. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Konak Sharma. In this lecture, we will learn about the basic overview of fire alarm system using ESP Room 32 module from Dhanushi, Arushi and Anika Jalan. Upon completion of this lecture, learners will be able to understand about the basic overview of fire alarm system using ESP Room 32 module. So, let's get it started.
Konak's Research. Subscribe now.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dhanushi. My roll number is UCS 1670. Today, we are excited to present our project, a fire detection system using ESP32, a flame sensor, and telegram alarms. Fire accidents can cause severe damage, and early detection is crucial to prevent disasters. Our project provides a smart and real time fire alert system that notifies users instantly through Telegram. Let me introduce my team members.
Hello everyone, my name is Anika Jalan. My roll number is 2023 UCS 1702 and I have worked on the hardware and circuit connections of this project. I was responsible for setting up the ESP32 with a flame sensor using jumper wires and setting up and integrating a local alert system using Telegram.
Hello, my name is Arushi, roll number 2023 UCS 1739, and I focused on the software and coding part of our project. I worked on programming the ESP32 using C and integrating the Telegram API for sending alerts. I will walk you through the code and explain how the system sends real-time notification to users.
Thank you.
The advantages of a project are as follows. It is instant and remote notification via Telegram. Traditional systems usually trigger a local alarm like a buzzer or a siren, which is only helpful if someone is physically present to hear it. Our system sends real-time alerts on Telegram, allowing you to act immediately even if you are far from the premises. Telegram works on mobile, tablet, and desktop, making it extremely versatile. A Telegram bot setup can be done using BotFather, using the bot token and the chat ID, or using a Telegram API or bot command. It is cost effective and DIY friendly. Commercial fire alarm systems with remote alert capabilities are expensive and often require subscription based services. Our ESP32 based system is built using low cost hardware and open source software, making it affordable and accessible for homes, small business, and student projects. It is customizable and flexible. Traditional systems are closed source and limited to terms of customization. Our setups can be easily modified or extended, add more sensors like gas, temperature, or smoke. We can easily expand it. It is compact and internet enabled. Many older systems aren't IoT ready, they lack internet connectivity or require complex setups. ESP32 comes with built in Wi Fi, enabling smooth integration with cloud services and messaging apps like Telegram without extra modules. Energy efficient and low maintenance, our system is low power, especially with ESP32's deep sleep modes. Once set up, it requires minimal maintenance and even run on batteries or solar powers in remote areas. It has enhanced accessibility and logging. Alerts on Telegram ensure accessibility for hearing impaired users, unlike sound based alarms. We can also log and track the incidents in Telegram chat history for future reference or analysis, something not possible with most standard systems. Now, why is ESP32 the best choice for the detection system? When choosing a microcontroller for an IoT based fire detection system, ESP32 is one of the best options compared to alternatives like Arduino Uno, ESP8266, or Raspberry Pi. Here's why. It has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity. It do not need any extra hardware to connect the internet. It is very cost effective, like the Raspberry Pi and other Arduino Uno are really expensive. It has fast processing speed and dual core CPU. The ESP32 runs on dual core processor, which is much faster than Arduino Uno.
So for our project, we have used ESP32, flame sensor, breadboard and jumper wire as a hardware components. Now, the steps of the system workflow are as follows. Step 1 is powering the system. The ESP32 is powered on via a USB cable or a battery. It starts executing the setup function to initialize all the components. Step 2 is connecting to Wi-Fi. ESP32 attempts to connect to the Wi-Fi network using the credentials like SSID and password. A while loop checks if the Wi-Fi is successfully connected. Once connected, the ESP32 prints Wi-Fi connected in the serial monitor. Now the question arises, why is Wi-Fi important? So without a Wi-Fi connection, ESP32 cannot send telegram messages, making the system ineffective for remote alerts. Step 3 is monitoring the flame sensor. The ESP32 continuously reads the sensor output from the digital pins. The flame sensor outputs low when it detects a fire. If no fire is detected, the output remains high and the system keeps monitoring. Now the question arises, how does the flame sensor works? So the sensor has an infrared detector that senses light from flames. When fire is detected, the output drops to low. If there is no fire, the output stays high. Next step is fire detection triggered. If fire is detected, the ESP32 performs the function that is sends an instant alert messages to the telegram. The next step is delay before rechecking. So in this step, after detecting a fire and sending an alert, the system waits 5 seconds before checking again. So this prevents excessive notification being sent every millisecond. So the question arises, why is delay is needed? So without this delay, the ESP32 would send alert too frequently, flooding the Telegram chat with messages every millisecond. Step 6 is rechecking for fire presence. After delay, ESP32 checks the sensor again. If fire is still present, another telegram message is sent. If fire is gone, the system goes back to monitoring mode. This cycle continuously, indefinitely ensuring real time fire detection.
Now let's discuss the code. This code allows an ESP32 microcontroller to detect fire using a flame sensor and send a real-time alert to a Telegram bot via Wi-Fi. Let's break it down step by step. First, we include the required libraries. Wi-Fi.h enables ESP32 to connect to Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi client secure.h allows secure HTTPS communication that is needed for the Telegram API. Universal Telegram Board.h provides functions to interact with the Telegram board. Then we define the constants and the variables. The flame sensor is connected to GPIO4 pin on ESP32. This sensor will detect fire and send signals to the ESP32. Then SSID and password are the Wi-Fi credentials to connect ESP32 to the internet. Chat ID is the user or the group that will receive the fire alert system. Setting up Wi-Fi and Telegram. Wi-Fi client secure used for encrypted HTTPS connections. Universal Telegram bot creates an instance of the bot with the provided bot token and Wi-Fi client. Inside the setup function, we connect to the Wi-Fi. Pin mode used to configure GPIO pin as input pin to read flame sensor data. Client secure disables the SSL verification. Also, the while loop waits until ESP32 successfully connects. Then, we detect the fire and send the alerts. The loop function continuously monitors the flame sensor and sends alerts if fire is detected. If the sensor fire detects it returns low. Then the delay prevents sending messages too frequently, waits 5 seconds before rechecking. Summary. The ESP32 connects to Wi-Fi. The flame sensor monitors for fire. If fire is detected, low signal from sensor. A message, fire detected, take action is sent to Telegram. The system waits 5 seconds before checking again to avoid spam. Thank you.
So this is the working model and the code for our project. As Dhanushi has already explained the components, I'm gonna light the lighter to show you the working model. As we can see, here is a light that is blimping. It indicates that the flame sensor has activated. Now, I would have gotten a notification on my Telegram latest. Yeah, I saw as I waited for too long, so I got multiple messages that fire has detected. So yeah, this was our working model, and this is the code for the project. This was all. Thank you.
So this was all about our project. Thank you.
Finally, we would like to cooperate with you according to the best of our knowledge. Keep your feedback and suggestions coming. They help us to provide you quality work that resonates with your needs and requirements. Thanks much for sharing your kind suggestions. Keep healthy, keep learning, and keep growing.
Konux Research subscribe now.